everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I have a story time video for you. And if you've seen any of my previous videos, I don't have very many, only 4, but if you've seen any of them, you'll notice that I had a lip piercing, and now I don't. So this story is about the demise of my lip piercing. So it started last week. I was eating and I accidentally bit my piercing, and it hurt quite a lot, but after a while it was fine and the pain went away. So next 2 days my lip was fine, and then on the 3rd day I wake up and my lip is swollen. So I didn't think too much of it. I didn't realize at first that it was probably because I bit it the other day. Because 2 days went by and my lip was fine. And then on the 3rd day, now it's swollen. It was really weird. So I put ice on it twice for like 10 minutes or so. Took some Advil to see if that would help the swelling go down, and nothing seemed to work. So once it was the evening, I realized that I should probably take the jewelry out because my lip was so swollen that the jewelry was starting to pinch my lip, and it was very uncomfortable. It wasn't exactly painful, just really uncomfortable. And so I tried taking the jewelry out myself, and the jewelry was it was just like a metal piece that goes through my lip and then a ball that you screw on. So I was unsuccessful in getting the jewelry out, as I pretty much always am. So I considered going to the tattoo / piercing shop that I always go to get someone to take it out, but it was actually too late in the evening and they were already closed. So I was like, well, shoot, I guess I gotta keep it in because I can't get it out myself. And if I keep trying, that's probably gonna make my lip even worse, and I probably already did make it worse. So I go to bed, wake up on Saturday, I'm supposed to go to work, and my lip is even worse, and it's very, very uncomfortable, close to being painful, but it's kind of difficult to talk because like I said earlier, the jewelry was pinching my skin. So I texted my boyfriend, who works at the same grocery store as me, and his mom is actually my manager there. So I told him about what was going on, and he talked to his mom, explained the situation, and she said she understood, if I don't come into work that day, it's okay. So I decided to go to the clinic. Also, another thing is, my family was away at this point, and they still are actually. This only happened last week. So my family's away, so there's no one here to really help me. But I was able to text my mom, and she suggested going to the clinic. So I go to the clinic, talk to a doctor there. She inspects my lip. She says that I have a soft tissue infection. When she was looking at my lip, it hurt so much. She had to open my lip like this and feel around, look around in there, and that was really painful. So she prescribed me some antibiotics. So I go get those, I start taking them that day, and the next day is Sunday, which I'm also supposed to work Sunday. Another thing the doctor said was, she said that, we probably shouldn't take the jewelry out because, I think really she said she wasn't comfortable trying to take the jewelry out just in case it made things worse. So the jewelry stayed in, in the end, the ball on the jewelry fell off because that's how swollen my lip was, that it basically popped the ball off. Although I might have loosened it when I tried to take it out the other day. Yeah, so the ball popped off, and you may think, oh, that's good, you can take it out now. Nope. The back part was completely covered by my skin because my lip was so swollen. So the way that the metal part is, it's like a thin bar, and that goes in the hole through my lip, and then the backing is a metal circle. So my lip was so swollen that the skin grew over the back of the jewelry. So it's like, why me? You know? So I go to sleep. Next day, it's not any better. It's even worse because at this point, the metal is stuck in my lip, and it is very uncomfortable and very difficult to talk still because it hurts to talk. So, and like I said, I'm supposed to be going to work. So I text my boyfriend again. I'm saying like, okay, this is not right. Like, I need to get it taken out. Like, this little metal piece should not be in my lip, you know? So he tells his mom again, and I go to the hospital. And this whole time I'm texting my mom as well, because like, I have no idea what to do. Like, like, I've never had to bring myself to the hospital before, so I'm like, okay, what do I do? Which hospital do I go to? Like, do I just go in, you know? So I go to the hospital, I tell the nurse what's going on. She does her, like, little assessment thing. If you've never been to the hospital before, basically, like, it's called a triage, and basically they assess you for like your priority of need. So, you know, if someone comes in and they're having a heart attack, obviously they're going to take them first, not me, because I'm not dying. So, you know, that sort of thing. So I get assessed. Then I go in the waiting room, and I think all of that took about an hour. And then I'm finally called in, and a doctor comes to see me. So I tell her what's going on, and she takes a look at my lip. And once again, that was very painful because they had to, like, you know, they have to feel my lip to see, like, what's going on in there, right? So she had to press down on my lip, and it hurt so much. This doctor was so nice, though. Like, she was apologizing and saying, like, oh, I'm so sorry, it looks so sore. I was like, it's okay. You're just doing your job. So she tells me I can either put some freezing in your lip and try and cut out the jewelry myself, or you can go to a surgeon and he will probably have like a better or higher success rate. But that takes a few weeks to get to a surgeon. So it's like, okay, well, I can't keep this in my lip for weeks. That would be awful. That I don't even want to think about that. And like, it has to come out, like, no matter what. There's no other option. So I say, yep, okay, I want you to try and take it out. So she goes to get the freezing, and the nurse that assessed me the first time, she came in as well to help out. So I'm guessing maybe I should give, like, a warning if you're squeamish and, you know, you're not comfortable with needles and, like, you know, shit that goes down in hospitals. Maybe just skip this, but I mean, this is the juiciest part, so it's up to you. So I lie down, and I'm not fully lying down, but like kind of sitting up like this, I guess. So the freezing, the needle is huge. Like, it's like that long. So, and like, she warned me, she's like, okay, the freezing is going to hurt. And I was like, okay, I'm ready. Like, this needs to happen. I know it does. So she puts the freezing in my lip, and of course it has to go in, you know, where it's swollen. So you know, if you've had freezing for like, if you're at the dentist, if you've had freezing like that, it's like, that's painful. But this is like 10 times more painful because it's it's poking my swollen lip. So that hurt a lot. And some of the freezing liquid, like, it didn't go in properly, so it like went in my mouth and it tasted really bad, but that was not the worst of it. So once they get the freezing in, she takes like a little scalpel, I guess. I don't know the terms, but you know, something to like cut my skin a bit. So she does that, and she didn't even really need to cut it that much because I guess the jewelry was still fairly close to the surface of my skin, but it was still underneath. So she makes a little cut, and then kind of tries to push it out, and eventually she did get it out, and my mouth was bleeding a lot, obviously. So she gave me some gauze. Both, like, the nurse was super nice as well. Like, the nurse that assessed me, she was super nice as well. And they both were saying, like, you did really well, and I was like, thank you. I tried. My eyes watered a lot, but it wasn't, and it was very painful, but for some reason it wasn't to the point where I wanted to cry, you know? Like, I don't know, I guess I'm just like a naturally quiet person, so I usually don't make noise when I'm in pain. I just keep it inside. But yeah, so so she said, so she let me get up and like go over to the sink to like spit out the blood, and she gave me a cup of water to rinse out my mouth and all that. So once it stopped bleeding, she said, just wait around for like 10 minutes or so just to let it settle. And yeah, so after a while, she said, you know, whenever you're ready to go, you can go. So I was like, okay, I'm out of here. Like, don't want to be here anymore. I just want to go home now. And yeah, so then I thanked her and I left. I went home. I'm still taking antibiotics. After they got the jewelry out, my lip was the most swollen it was, like, all those days. And I actually took a picture, so, and it'll probably be the thumbnail, but I'll just, like, insert a picture at the end as well, so you can see it, like, more close up, I guess. I think the most, like, disappointing thing about this is that I've had my lip piercing for about 2.5 years. Everything went perfectly, you know, I never had troubles with it, never had an infection before, and now, all of a sudden, just completely randomly, I accidentally bite it, get an infection, and then it has to be taken out. And, oh yeah, I forgot to mention this, but the doctor said, once she got the jewelry out, she said, like, you're gonna have to let it close, like, I didn't ask her why, but probably just because, you know, there was so much, like, trauma going on with the skin there, like, it probably wouldn't be good to try and put jewelry in again, so, yeah. That's the end of my lip piercing, so that's really disappointing. I really, really loved my lip piercing, but, you know, I've had it for 2.5 years, so I'd say that's a decent amount of time, and I don't think I could keep it forever, just because lip piercings can damage your gums, so it had to be taken out at some point. But so that's the end of my lip piercing horror story. Let me know in the comments if you have your lip pierced, if you've had any troubles with your lip piercing. I hope you don't ever have to experience what I experienced, because that really sucks. But yeah, if you enjoyed this story, if you found it interesting, make sure to give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. It'd be great to have you around, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye!